people, the young people, it's an opportunity for them to come back home and connect to their heritage? Are there deliberate activities to ensure that these kinds of festivals go from one generation to generation through the involvement of young people?
Oh yes. Thank you very much. I got your question. Yes. My purpose, I think we're getting there now, is to institutionalize our various activities. Ofala, for instance, is becoming that. Our young ones are part and parcel of it. If you saw the program, they also had their own carnival on the day before Ofala. But that's just part of it, because we have a massive program for our young ones, for our youths who are based in Onitsha, but also those who are not, because we take advantage of technology. Our culture is very important to them. We make it very important to them. Our language is also very important. It's a challenge, particularly for our children who were born outside Onitsha and growing up anywhere around the world. But it is work in progress, and we are very mindful of that. Ofala has lasted for 600 years, and we want to make sure it lasts for another 600 years and beyond. But it's all about hard work, and we're willing to walk the distance. Thank you.
Absolutely, and in the spirit of ensuring that Ofala goes on for another 600 years and beyond, some of the issues are affecting this festival are insecurity issues that we're well aware of, especially in the past 4 years, where the report was released that the Southeast has lost about 7.6 trillion naira over the 4-year period to various incidents of insecurity and so forth. I'd love to know more about some of the efforts, not just around this festival, but moving forward, especially given that this year's theme was unity and perseverance. I tried to say it in Igbo, but is it Njiko Nantachi? I don't know if I got it right. What are some of the efforts being made, and what's the direction you feel the Southeast needs to take to harness, to bring insecurity under control, so that festivals such as Ofala and all other activities can flourish in a similar way that they used to prior to the scourge of insecurity that we're currently seeing?
You're quite correct, Ayo, that insecurity is a major challenge, has been a major challenge, and you read the figure I put down there. I didn't create it. There are facets to it, and at the community level, we owe it to ourselves to do whatever we can to protect the community. In addition to the Anambra Vigilante Group, of which we have a contingent, we've also created our own Onitsha Community Vigilante Group, and they work together to protect the community. Their main purpose, being on the ground in the community, is intelligence, and they give the intelligence to the police and the other security agencies, who then execute. But beyond Onitsha, at the state level, I personally lead a small group, but a small, very distinguished group of the Southeast, a joint body of the Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers and the representatives of the archbishops and bishops of Igbo origin. So the traditional and religious institutions coming together with the civic leaders also coming together. And we hold discussions, we reach out to the governors, we reach out to other stakeholders. We've tried to reach out also even to some of the known leaders of the situation. as at today, the economic challenge is to open up economic activities on Mondays. Today is Monday. Onitsha is just basically half open. The shops are closed until later in the day they begin to open up. The banks do not open and the markets do not open. And those are the two challenges that we need to crack to get economic life back. And the governors have a role to play. Some states, Ebonyi State, for instance, declares that they have no problem of sit-at-home on Mondays. I've been in Abia State on a Monday. Life was going on as normal. Anambra State seems to be the most affected, and it's a challenge for us to crack it and get the market leaders to open up the market, but also with proper security, so that they're not exposed to attacks by the hoodlums.
So I'd like to talk to you about cultural legacies, the need for cultural sites that will act as a form of legacy and tribute.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my head about a couple of projects. How about an Ofala museum? How about your own museum projects? You know, with all this, your rich work of arts that can bring the world. Because I know in that your collection, you have some collections that are not even in the biggest museums in the world, that the world need to come. So how about an Ofala endowment fund that will bring an Ofala museum and your own personal collection museum that can also serve in boosting tourism, acting as economic conduit for the states, and painting Onitsha out there to the world, because Onitsha is already global, but making it out there even more so that when these diasporans come back, they can have places to go, like they go to the Louvre and some other museums.
Rufai, you are actually singing my song. Thank you very much for raising those points. We actually have a museum under construction. It's been going on for over 10 years. Unfortunately, we take 2 steps forward and we get 1 step back because of the poor economic conditions in the country. The corporate donations had to come by. The COVID set us back quite a bit. But as of today, it's a massive structure actually, maybe overscoped, but it's roofed, it's plastered, and we're now going to finishing. So if you can help us to call for funding, both national and international, that will help us. On my own part, I'm also trying to, in fact, it's work in progress. The architectural designs are almost complete. Basically, to create a private museum in my own personal residence, and people can have access to it also. Because having your collections in storage is like having, books not in the shelf. People don't have access to it. We have a large collection, and we have a distinctive collection, both on the modern and contemporary art, but also on the traditional side. There are elements from our own traditional collections from various families that will go into that museum, and I think it will be a rich institution for people to come from all over the world to enjoy. So it's work in progress, Rufai. We need your help.
I'd like to humbly solicit funds, everybody, to grow culture and to grow legacy in Onitsha. If you're interested, go out there, support the museums out there in Onitsha.